Today we're visiting another Brazilian steakhouse in London, this time in Elephant and Castle. Welcome to Touro Brazilian Steakhouse. They do have other branches in London, so make sure you check the link in the description for the other locations. We went with the Premier Rodizio Grill, which so far has been the most expensive steakhouse we've been to.
Living in London, you always have to wash your hands, so on my way to the toilet, I found a whole different restaurant downstairs, which was pretty cool.
If you don't know this by now, a Brazilian steakhouse always has a self-service buffet. Personally, the buffet must have rice, feijoada, which is black beans with pork, and most importantly, fried bananas. Towards the end of the buffet is where you find the salads. But we always skip through this section. And you've got the desserts as well, but those are just for display, and you have to pay for them separately from the rodizio.
From our previous steakhouse videos, which by the way, if you haven't watched them, check out our Brazilian steakhouse playlist, we've learned not to go crazy on the buffet. And as Carol said, we only went for the essentials, rice, feijoada, and only 2 bananas each, so we didn't feel guilty.
Oh, and we forgot to mention, as a true Brazilian, you need to add farofa to everything you eat.
Farofa is toasted flour made from ground cassava root, and it kind of gives you that feeling of eating breadcrumbs.
You might be wondering what this card is. Green means I want meat, and red means I need a break. But remember, it's not always going to be a card. It can be many things, like a piece of wood that we got in the Swindon Steakhouse.
Carol started with the only vegetable she can eat from the buffet, heart of palm. 10 seconds after we turned the card, the first piece of meat came, picanha, which is a prime meat in Brazil and normally the highlight of the night. But for the price that we paid, this meat is in the lower tier compared to the ones coming later. I didn't notice when I was recording, but I wanted to get a good shot and I got so close that, I nearly got stabbed.
And it begins. The picanha was slightly overdone, but we did ask the waiter for a more raw piece. But I think he got angry with me and gave Max a love heart. Should I be jealous?
I love you. Garlic steak. Pouquinho. Pouquinho. I've passed my B1 Portuguese. I thought I was inventing a word.
By the way, the garlic steak was the second best meat. Outstanding. For those of you that have never been to a Brazilian steakhouse or ever heard of a rodizio style restaurant offers all-you-can-eat meat served on swords. These swords rotate on a grill and once the meat is cooked, brought straight over to the table by gaúchos, which translates to Brazilian cowboys. These are not your typical waiters, as you can distinguish them by their outfits and the massive machetes they carry.
You can see on Carol's face that at this point we started feeling it. But remember, this is only the first plate. It's never ending. But you know that we are Karma Adventures and we always push our limits.
Please, no more. We need a break. Shout out to the waiters. They were so nice and they didn't come around the table every second, which gave us some time to breathe because in the past, even when we put the sign on red, they still came around with meat. This is the moment we've been waiting for all night. The reason why we spent so much money. One of the most expensive steak cuts in the world. The Fillet Mignon. Wow, such an explosion of flavors in my mouth. Mind-blowing. Literal tears came to my eyes. Can you believe that?
We were on the verge of explosion, but there's always more room for fried bananas. And for some reason, I decided to experience with new vegetables, but I wasn't very keen on them. But the pasta was delicious. You thought we were done?
Before we show you how much we paid for this meal, there's still one thing we haven't eaten. My favorite, chicken hearts.
I'm so happy that Carol introduced me to chicken hearts.
We are done. 1 hour and a half of uninterrupted eating. Oh my god.
And for the final reveal, in total, we paid £90.
Thank you so much for watching.
And don't forget to
Like and subscribe.